Hey guys, what's up? Toboloco here. Welcome back to our 2014 FIFA World Cup run, qualifying run that is, with Japan. We are in part 3, and where I left off last time, basically, we are in round 3 of Asia qualifying. We are in Group E with Iran, Australia and Turkmenistan. We've already played Turkmenistan in the last video, and we beat them quite comfortably. Now, it's the real test. We need to beat Iran and Australia twice, and also beat Turkmenistan again in order to finish in the top 2 places of this group. Our group is one of the hardest groups here. The other groups are, like, if Japan were in the other groups, they'd be fairly easy by comparison, apart from maybe Group C. But you know, I enjoyed the challenge, and we're going to see if we can get out of this group today. So our first match is against Iran. We're going to be playing it away from home. The form is still looking good, but of course we're coming up against bigger opponents now in Iran and Australia. If we can just at least avoid defeat, then I'd be okay with that. You know, maybe get a sneaky 1-0 against either Iran or Australia. I mean, in this group, one of us is going to have to go. It's either going to be Iran, Australia, or Japan that are going to fall by the wayside, and I really hope it's not me. Here we go, Okazaki to Honda. Into the box here. This is a good chance for Japan. I got tripped over. No penalty, though. Japan playing well here. Good passing. And that's just gone wide. Unlucky from Okazaki. I can tell that these next 2 matches against Iran and Australia are going to be really frustrating. We've already played Australia in a friendly match and we couldn't beat them. So, you know, there's going to be really firm resistance in this group. But, however, I feel like the final round of Asia qualifying, if Japan can get there, there's going to be a few minnows making it, because the other groups don't seem to be that hard. Let's say he gets tackled, but then he wins the ball back into the box here. Honda shoots, and that's in. There we go. We just found a little gap, and Honda has scored for Japan in the 39th minute to make it 1-0. It was a good strike there, you know, just able to find that small gap. I was almost tackled. As you know, 2014 is quite a hard game if you've ever played it on the harder difficulty. Honda, another through ball to Okazaki. Can he put in another ball? No, it's just cut out. And I don't think there's going to be many goals in this one. You know, it's only going to be separated by 1 or maybe 2-0. Or if Iran can get back into it, then it will only be like a 1-1. Can't see us absolutely blowing away a side like Iran or Australia in this group. Uh-oh. Good save, but Iran... Oh... That was so close. Iran could have scored the equaliser, but for some reason he went for the chip here. I don't understand why. Yes. Come on, we've just got a win away from home against Iran. That was a really hard game, because even though we were dominant in the first half with our shots and stuff like that, Iran was still good defensively. It was always going to be hard coming against Iran away from home. Hostile atmosphere and everything like that. So I'm glad Japan got the win. Australia are just behind them with 3 points, as are Iran. We have got Australia for our next game. So if we can beat Australia, we can create a big gap between us and the other teams in the group. Here we go then. Second match of this video is against Australia. We are back at home in Japan for this one. We get a win here. It's very important because it will create breathing room at the top of the table for us, because that will mean that most likely in our next match it will be against Turkmenistan again, maybe, and of course that should be a win, and then Iran and Australia can battle it out for second place. Booted away, Nagatomo, Maeda into the middle, and that went all the way through, and Honda has scored the first goal of the game early on, and that is 1-0 in the 8th minute. How did that go all the way through the Australian defence? There was literally like 3 bodies right there, and it went all the way through. I don't know how it was not cleared, and it's 1-0. Great start. Kennedy, he crosses that one in, and almost headed by Australia. We just managed to get in front of it again. Great defending. And Turkmenistan and Iran started off quite strong. It's 1-1, so hopefully Turkmenistan can do us a favour. Crossed in. Australia are there, but they scored. I think it's offside, though. Yes, it is. It's offside. Miles offside on that one. They go for it, but it's blocked. And again, good save. That was so close. And Australia do pose a threat in this match. Of course they do. They are one of the best teams in this region, next to us and South Korea and Iran. Oh, that's a good over-the-top ball to Jedinak. And Jedinak has got it. And it's blocked. Endo. Oh, he scores. It's gone in. And that's 86th minute. Endo has scored to make it 2. And that will finish the game off. I don't know how that went in, really. Because the goalkeeper had the post, like the near post area covered. And still, it just rolls in like that. And that's going to be it. Japan have beaten Australia by 2-0. What a win for Japan. Scoring early, then holding on despite the Australian pressure, and then finishing off the game in the 86th minute. That is a great result for Japan, and that will put us firmly at the top of the table. I'm not sure how Iran and Turkmenistan got on. Let's have a look. It was 1-1. That's a great result for Turkmenistan. That holds back Iran and Australia as well. So Iran dropping points against the weakest team in the group, that is going to be problematic for them going forward, because, you know, those 2 points could be really costly. But well done to Turkmenistan, who get their first point of the group. So just checking out the halfway point in the Asia zone for the other groups, since we already know our group. So in Group A, China are leading that one with Qatar in second place. Palestine have 3 points, and they could break into the top 2 with some more decent results if they can. India are struggling in that group. Not really a surprise though, considering they are a minnow. Group B, UAE are sat top of that one quite comfortably. Syria and Thailand are fighting for that second place spot. Yet to be seen who will go through in that one. Group C is really close between South Korea, Uzbekistan and North Korea. Malaysia are starting to fall off a tiny bit, and I don't think they'll be making it if they lose more games. In Group D, Oman are top of that one with 7 points. Yemen are second. Kyrgyzstan are third with 4 points as well. And Nepal are still hanging on in there with the 1 point. So after the halfway point, we are back here again against Australia, this time away from home. Last time we played them away from home, it was a 0-0 draw. I wouldn't mind that in this situation, to be fair, because, well, it pegs Australia back. And I think Iran should be beating Turkmenistan this time round. Well, they should be, but who knows? There might be another surprise in store. If Japan can get a win here, they will pretty much all but seal their qualifying into the next round of Asia qualifying. Comes Honda running down the wing. Honda lost his man. Can he go for it? He has scored, and that is 1-0. Early on again, Honda has scored, and that's 1-0 to Japan away from home. That was almost too easy. I thought Australia were just going to tackle me, but no, they didn't. And, well, okay, well, I'm not complaining too much. We retrieve it, and we went for the shot, but it was blocked just before we managed to shoot. They go for it. Oh, that's gone in from outside the box, and Kagawa has scored the second goal for Japan, and that is 2-0. Wow, this is a great start for Japan. I thought this group would be, like, super difficult, and it has in some ways been quite hard. You know, Iran gave us a tough game, and Australia did in the first match, but here I think Japan had started to get in their stride. Shot from outside the box from Kagawa goes in. That is 2-0. Half time, and we're leading by 2-0 so far. A really good lead to have over Australia. And Japan's unbeaten run continues in qualifying. Uchida on the ball here for Japan. It's crossed in. And that's actually headed in, and Honda has got the goal. That's 3-0, and I don't know how he got above those two defenders there. I was honestly thinking that he was going to get out-jumped, but that was a perfect ball, and yeah, that was a great header. Fantastic. And that will be 3-0 against Australia. Crossed in by Australia, it's headed away. Japan haven't really had too many problems against Australia's attack. It's just been a bit tame from Australia. And they could get something here. Jedinak, he saves, and that's just about almost cleared. People are on the floor. There's a penalty. How is that a penalty? I don't really get how that was a penalty. It just felt like everybody was tripping over everyone. Here we go then. Wiltshire. The rip-off version of Jack Wilshere. I don't know why the goalkeeper stood at an angle. Do you see, like, he stood at kind of like a small angle. I don't know if you saw that, but that's a penalty converted by Australia. It's now 3-1. As the minutes come down here, it's going to be a win for Japan. A really, really convincing win here against one of the best teams in this region. Of course, this will pretty much seal our qualification into the next round, considering we have to play Iran and Turkmenistan again. So even if we struggle against Iran, Turkmenistan aren't going to be too much of an issue for Japan, especially with the form we're in and everything. And yeah, that result is confirmed. 12 points in this campaign so far in this qualifying group. So that's not too bad. I see that Iran, I just skipped it, but Iran just drew against Turkmenistan again. If we see the table, I'm fairly sure they did. Yeah, look, Turkmenistan have 2 points. So Iran and Australia, I mean, especially Iran, because, you know, they're playing against a minnow. They're struggling and they're still in second place. Turkmenistan have given themselves a real good shot of taking that second place spot if they can get a good result on the board. Maybe, I don't know, but they got to play us again. We are away from home against Turkmenistan. They have a big stadium for Turkmenistan. I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense because, you know, it is that kind of country. A lot of people say it's kind of like akin to like North Korea and stuff, you know. I don't really know that much about Turkmenistan. All I know is what I've seen on YouTube and stuff. But Japan should be winning this one. I put on a ton of reserves and substitutes for this one to give Turkmenistan half a chance. If they beat me legitimately, then that's cool. You know, that'll be great. Australia and Iran will be playing each other in the other match. So whether or not they can get points against each other, it's really down to them. You know, I'm not going to try hard in this match, but I will try and score. So, yeah, I'm not going to give Turkmenistan an easy run. Makino. They go for the strike, it's gone in, and that is 1-0. Japan have scored, Makino has scored to make it 1-0. I kind of feel bad, but, you know, I'm not going to give him a free ride, guys. I'm not going to give him a free ride, you know. I know they're on the verge of, like, being near to qualifying, but let's be honest, it's not going to happen, is it? Because either Iran or Australia will win their match, that playing alongside of us right now, and then, you know, Turkmenistan will have to play Australia, and that's not going to be a win, is it? So, come on, let's just... I know a lot of people will be getting their pitchforks out in the comments, like, why are you not letting them win? It's like, I'm sorry, alright? I'm sorry. We'll do a run with Turkmenistan in the future to, you know, make up for it. Turkmenistan. I'm trying to get them. They're still not... Oh, that was close. And that is going to go to half-time. It is 1-0 to Japan at the moment. Not really much to say about this. I mean, I'm not really super try-harding this match. Through the legs, Nakamura. That's gone in. What a shot that is. And Nakamura has scored to make it 2 against Turkmenistan. This will pretty much end their qualifying hopes. It's a good cross. And that's headed in for 3-0. It's Tanaka with a goal to make it 3. It's been a bit too easy here for Japan's reserves. And, well, that'll seal the game. 3-0. Comfortable. And there was a good cross. Decent header. And that's just the unfortunate sort of reality of being a low-rated team on this game like Turkmenistan, is that they're not going to defend stuff like that. When I play as low-rated teams, I mean, the amount of times that happens against me is just so frustrating. So, yeah, I do feel sorry for him. And that's going to be end of the match. It is 3-0 to Japan's reserves here against Turkmenistan. So this is how the table's looking like. Japan, absolute dominance. There's no way we can not qualify, not a chance. But Iran and Australia still are battling for that final place. We have to play Iran in our final game, and we could actually knock them out if we win. If we win, we can let Australia qualify. But, I mean, you know, again, I'm not really too bothered who wins or loses, really, in my games. I'm already comfortably through. Final match of the group and the video is against Iran. We can end their qualifying hopes to the next round if we beat them, and also if Australia beat Turkmenistan. I mean, it could be possible that we could beat Iran, but Australia fail against Turkmenistan, because Turkmenistan did hold Iran twice in this campaign, so who knows? Honda to Maeda. Australia had taken the lead against Turkmenistan, and almost Japan took the lead against Iran there as well, almost at the same time. The strike off the bar again by Endo. So as it stands, Australia are going to go through with us. I mean, they do have the easier fixture. Oh, that was a hell of a ball by Iran. I thought that was going to be offside, and Iran have scored. No! And it's Guccianejad has scored. I don't know if I said that correctly. And he makes it 1-0 to Iran. Just pumps it upfield, and that's how Iran get their goal. And this could be what Carlos Queiroz needs. Off the post. Oh, it's like a crossbar challenge or something. Look at the amount of shots we've had compared to them. And they're 1-0 up. Classic FIFA. Japan have got it. Not anymore, but we got it with Kagawa here. Kagawa. Oh, it's gone in. And that's the equaliser. And will that be enough for Iran to maintain their position? I can't remember if they're 2 points clear or 1 point clear. I don't actually know. Here come Iran. They've crossed it in and caught by the Japanese keeper. Only a couple of minutes left. And, well, I think qualification is fading away for... Yeah, look at that. That's 2-0 to Australia. So the goal difference gets bigger. That is a confirmed win for Australia pretty much. There's no way Turkmenistan are going to get 2 goals in like 2 seconds, are they? So, yeah, even though they've drawn against us here pretty much, it will not be enough to carry Iran into the next round. As Iran have drawn against us, Japan doesn't really matter for them. They still go unbeaten in the group. Wait! That was enough by Iran. I thought Australia, Iran must have been 2 points ahead then, and then got the. Oh, that is insane! Look at that. That is insane how close that was. So despite Australia winning the last game and Iran drawing, wow. They finished on the same amount of points, but Iran had a better goal difference than Australia. That is insane. So Iran will be going through, after all, alongside Japan. So let's have a look at the groups before we look at the final round of Asia qualifying. So in Group A, China and Qatar go through quite comfortably. Palestine did try, but it wasn't enough, and India didn't really do anything in that one. Same in Group B with UAE and Syria going through. I remember Syria and Thailand were trying to battle it out for that second place, and it looks like Syria have won. So yeah, Thailand and Pakistan will be eliminated. In Group C, it was basically domination from South Korea, but Uzbekistan just pipped North Korea to the post and actually got that second place position over them. And in Group D, it was Oman who topped that group, and Yemen went through in Group D with 10 points, which is quite cool because Yemen, this is probably the furthest they've ever gone. So in Group A, that's where we are, in a group with the UAE, South Korea, Iran and Syria. And in Group B we have Uzbekistan, China, Oman, Qatar and Yemen. So I would say obviously Group A is the strongest because Japan, South Korea and Iran are in that group. So yeah, I think that it will either be Japan, South Korea or Iran going for those 3 spots. So anyway guys, that has been your third part with Japan. Tune in next time for the final qualifying part of Japan's run, and hopefully we can make it to the World Cup to make it a 5-part series. That'll be great. I expect Japan to do it, but it's not going to be an easy ride. Definitely not. But if you did enjoy this gameplay with Japan, then give it a like and subscribe. Keep it local as always, and I'll see you again for the next video.